Alright then. So guys, we got this guy card deck coming in. Man, but before that, just go ahead and give that like button a lightning strike today. Hey, go ahead and give it that. And ooh guys, I got this guy card deck now. See this? See, the thing about this is that I would call it. This is a very toxic thing to even run, given the state of occasions. But I was like, not really. People keep talking about Mystic Mind. I was like, dude, it's not as good as you would think. It probably does still need to get banned, but it's not that good. In most current scenarios, I was playing it in this deck because honestly, this deck doesn't even it needs a card this powerful as Mystic Mind to even function. But let's be real here. I'll have a better version of this deck, guys, but I ain't posted that one yet because it's like my personal one. Way better version, has like so much spice in it. But this one I'm gonna get it, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all this one. And this is another one I've been working on just out of this because I got bored with the other one. And this one is just basically based on like power cards. So we're gonna get into some of the replays, and then we're just gonna watch it from there, and then we'll go back and look at the profile and talk about some of the choices. And most people scoop, by the way, so these are gonna be pretty quick. This is combo. We'll go ahead and let y'all see the combo version though. But the first game anyway, it's not that big of a deal. This is one where I ran Bahamut. It still isn't the spicy one, but you'll see, like, yeah, I was still able to do all of that. And some of this. And I had Exchanging Souls face down with Obelisk still in my hand. Pretty good, right, with 4 cards left in hand and a Slifer. If you ask me, that's not a bad day. I decided to go Obelisk. Got my Obelisk killed because he has multiple back rows. And you never know nowadays what people may have. Plus Lightning Storm. You gotta worry about Lightning Storm and Mirror Force. Basically all your monsters have to be in defense position. Still worrying about backflip. I mean, Torrential could have came up. Cool thing about this, if you have Mount of the Bound Creator with the white Bahamut Shark, then you can protect it, and that token can keep regenerating. So you can have a token that's 3,300, it can't be targeted by card effect. But the problem is you can't protect the field spell, so of course you run Field Barrier, but we need more support, guys. Let's just be honest with that one. So this is the original deck list right here, the one that I did show you guys, and not the other one. So this is the one that I am actually showing you guys now, which is a bit more of a slow. So this video will probably be a bit longer in general. But that's why most people probably wouldn't like that, but to some degree. The format is too fast. It's okay if you like that because you don't want it to be too slow, but the games are just like way too fast. So we do need to try to have the games to be a little slower. So I don't know what the next ban list is going to look like, but it definitely can't save us from anything other than just having to play hand traps to get to a more slow and controlled state of gameplay. Mystic Mind is supposed to be planned in that direction, but I mean, a lot of decks it's a good one of, so. And this guy, yeah. Yep, gets the Winged Dragon overall. It won't be much talking on the game, on the replays too much because, well, we ain't gonna show you that one. That's the Mega Spice right there. Maybe I'll show you this one though. So a guy had the mirror, which I ain't gonna say it wouldn't work, but not against this version. This is what I'm saying. Limited card resources and the ability to play through hand traps. Problem with playing through with combo is that there's a bunch of hand traps that you could play against it. Mainly Ash Blossom and Permanents, and they could just stop it in its tracks very easily. Not to mention Nibiru. So between Nibiru and Blossom, you don't want to get hit by those. I completely forgot about exchanging Soul's effect to only activate one card between your opponent's turn and yours. So now that that card activated, I got locked in and didn't realize it. And then on top of that, this card says the cannot activate face of special monster same attribute once returned during the main phase of this card's owner. It says the main phase of this card's owner. Quick effect, give the control of this card to your opponent. Now, it doesn't say this card's controller, it says this card's owner. So, I don't understand how the opponent was able to activate it. They shouldn't be able to activate it. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, then the game continued and I let that one tactical opponent used it, so it ended up kind of becoming useful. It has a decently useful effect, but your opponent can just link it away, so it's almost in a situation where some people would be rather off to play the Cyber's card. You know, the lady that stops you from special summoning anything but a link monster. That card, anybody remember the name of her? Comment down below. But yeah, he has the Ash Blossom out of pure luck. But I guess the guy felt bad because I was like, this guy got so lucky against me. He had the Ash Blossom and the Dragon's Bond. I was like, ugh. It's like I would have been better off playing combo because it would have been like I would have had more chances of opening up what I wanted. But I do like this deck. And yeah, it plays some of the more key cards, but basically the premise is just to try to limit yourself from like going into combo and playing like bricks, and you know what I mean? Trying to have the limited amount of resources to summon the gods. But Waking the Dragon is a very powerful card, so if you do target my back row, you might have a problem. Guys, tip for you guys, don't get distracted when making your videos. That way you can stay on point. Just still having a good video. So we're going to continue on forward. Camouflage new card. Thought about playing this for guard cards. Honestly, it's pretty good. And on top of that, I mean, but you got to play no extra deck monsters. You get a free draw to a special summon at the same time. Actually, it's pretty good. It's not really bad for guards because they got Monarchs have that one card give you 2 monsters. That's 3 monsters, so you get to summon a god off of 2 cards. So exchanging souls says you do that off of 1 card or 2 cards, the same with slime and an ancient chant. So the idea is technically not bad, except for you gotta play the Monarch Squire cards. But then it's not good at the end of the day because you gotta draw the Uncle Camouflage. I mean, but you can also play the, what's the other card? The Angel 01 card because it gives you an extra tribute summon. So that's still a 2 card. So there's that engine too. That's a free idea for you guys. Literally, you could just play the Monarch engine with those cards, Uncle Camouflage, and the other. And there you go. But I was like, if you're playing the Monarch engine, you might as well play the Monarch engine. But I mean, it does work. So I might actually build that, guys, the Monarch God card deck, and then go ahead and put that one up too. Because it's not bad when you got Domain on the field and you got Obelisk on the field because they can't target him. And if you got the other cards and they can't target him or destroy him by card effects, and he's just an annoying wall sitting on the field. So that card actually does protect God cards as well. So they can run Mound or the Continuous spell. But this guy happened to play Card Destruction. So yeah, guys, comment down below if you'd like to see the Monarch version of God cards, because I was like, it's one of my top decks. Probably Millennium Stain's Millennium Stain's favorite decks. Originally, guys, the channel was supposed to be named Typus Decks. You probably find out on YouTube, but I lost my password, guys. So still lightning strike that like button, because that's my original quote. That's my original saying. I ain't seen nobody else saying that. So still go ahead and do that for me. Oh yeah. Don't worry, quality of videos will be improving. So. And yeah, I get off the Thunder Force attack. So you can imagine how good that was for me. And it's really kind of crazy that I did. And then boom, 8K, exact 8K to the Faceless Life of the Sky Dragon. It's pretty cool. So the guy just scoops the Mystic Mine, and we know why. Cause it's Mystic Mine, y'all. Don't nobody wanna play it to it. And then it gets tunes. Oh wow, swap. Okay. There you go, guys. So he has impermanence but didn't activate it. I'm like, bro, why you didn't activate it? And that would have saved him, because then he could have just attacked directly. I had the slime, but he could have just attacked directly and then just passed over his effect. I think that was game though, because one of those can't attack directly, I believe. Yeah, that can't attack directly. He only had that one, so he don't attack for 3k. But I still didn't able to summon my tomb. I just summoned a god card, so a potential chance I could have summoned a god right there. I want to still play Pankatrops. Not a bad choice though. At this point, I guess it was over. And Winged Drake Navral is really good to just play a whole version around him, because he has that Blaze card. So if you go second and you summon him and you get more than 3 monsters on the field, then it's just super easy to just contribute your own guys and then just... Dino Miscus is alright because it could trigger the Guardian Slime. It's a fake by discarding it. But it's so far better than using a 40 card deck because you have more odds of drawing it. So here it wasn't that good, so I took it out. I guess guys seen it like it was an OTK but didn't read the effect, so yeah, kind of your fault. And then nobody wants to play around with Mystic Mind. Time I was playing Inspector of Order, we didn't realize what we supposed to be doing with this deck, so hey, it is what it is. And that definitely wasn't it. And be like, well, I'm trying to put you in the same position you trying to put me in, but you're gonna OTK. Oh my god, the new Utopia cards, guys, they're just completely overpowered. Not even gonna lie, you can straight up just summon Kali Yuga, so it's gonna be interesting to see how like things are gonna turn out with the format when that card comes out, because it's literally completely unfair. So and Winged Dragon of Raw OTKs. What you want to see? And we got Eldritch. I don't think I beat this dang deck. I saved it for a reason. If I did win, it was completely by luck, probably, or my opponent misplayed. Well, the deck shouldn't beat it because this deck is not top tier, guys. Zombies are pretty much rogue status in my opinion. I just feel like a lot of builds that I see aren't the most optimal builds, and then when you see them, it's like, well, that's why they're gonna lose. Because honestly, in a tournament setting, I'd probably even change my list, which is pretty good, but You just like you could play like 3 zombie worlds, but in a competitive list, you probably only want to play 2 to be honest. Just so like you have to get that out of your head. But still, two Doom King is pretty accurate because if they banish the first one, you're gonna want the second one. So it's not too much of a beat up. If you only play one, I realize you're only going for more consistency. But if you play 2, it makes perfect sense to me as well because if they banish the first one, then you'd only have the second one. Same when people play 3 zombie worlds, but if you only play 2, it's not the end of the world because you still got your second one and you can get it straight from your deck if you ain't already got it in your hand. So, let's get into the deck list, guys. So for this deck, we only play 2 Obelisk Tormentors. You know, you don't want to draw it too much and it be a brick. 3 Slimes, because Slime is gonna help search the Winged Dragon of Raw cards. Ancient Slime gives you extra normal summon, even if you already normal summon that turn. So pretty self-explanatory with that. And then 2 Winged Dragon of Raws, 2 Slifers, and 1 Winged Dragon of Raw strip mode. Pretty much you only need to play 1 Winged Dragon of Raw. The reason why we play multiples is because we play Blaze Cannon, and Blaze Cannon does what it does. That's why you do that, because you can just straight up, Ancient Chant pretty much basically says, hey, I'm 3 Winged Dragon of Raws, but what it doesn't say is it's also an extra normal summon for your entire God card deck. So, then the 2 Slifer Sky Dragons, 1 Sphere mode, because if Mound of the Bounce destroyed, you can search this out. It's just saying, and it's good to draw for a Go second deck. So, that's a 1 of 3 Planet Fires, because it gives you Mystic Mind. I mean, hey, shoot me. Reactor Slime, 3 monsters, and can turn into a continuous trap. The Metal Reflect Slime. 1 Amuka Jockey, because this card gives it to your opponent and you go first, then you just go ahead and play Mystic Mind straight up, and then, hey. I only play 1 because it's not realistic in a 60 card deck to see this card that much and Mystic Mind together. Raigeki, Lightning Storm, and Harpies, because Raigeki's actually pretty good. Lightning Storm, and then Harpies to get rid of back row. Just playing a lot of power cards. Power card deck. Power, Pot of Extravagance, extra draws, pluses. Dark Roller Animal, turn off them effects. Terraforming, get that Mystic Mind, Mound of the Bell. Ancient Chat, extra normal summon, search Winged Dragon of Raw, Monster Born, you already know. It's one of the main cards from Millennium Revelations, because you just search a Monster Born searcher. Pot of Disparity, you have the ability to play more than this. But I probably only play like 2. If anybody else plays can OTK. Exchanging Souls, basically like a trap card on your opponent's turn or your turn. But it has a problem. It says until the end of the turn of this card, only activate 1 card or effect per turn other than Divine Beast monster effects. Only activate 1 Exchanging Souls per turn. So if you activate this on your opponent's turn, it's still gonna affect you on your turn, which sucks. If you activate this on your turn, it's not so bad. Because you know what I'm saying, at the end of your opponent's turn, probably not going to act that many monster effects. So it is likely better to be played with like Floodgates or some other cards that get more God cards on the field, but only one of them has a floodgating effect, so they're stuck when they do that. So it's kind of like you have to do everything else before you activate the Exchanging Souls. The 2 Book of Moon. 1 Called by the Grave. The Book of Moon is just as you go second, you go first, you still can, have something to defend you. Same Exchanging Souls, kind of like a quick play. Called by first or second. Forbidden Droplet, first or second, and then the Thunder Force is a first or second card. But if you only gotta use this like if you go first. So you're lucky if you get to draw it with those cards. But otherwise, it's a brick because they don't have a search card yet. And then Demise of the Land, 3 Demise of the Land, so you can get your Mystic Mind. Your opponent's turn set rotation, easier field spell control, and Fist of Fate. And Mound of the Bound Creator for a little protection, and also it does a little extra damage and a search. Pretty decent card, not the best. You only play 1 copy. Then Triple Mystic Minds. Wicked the Dragon is pretty good. You get the special summon out, clearing Single Draco Ray Raptor, Ultimate Falcon, and the Last Word from Another Planet. And 2 evenly matches. If you go second, you can banish stuff if you don't like Lancia. They do play it. It's good against the current top Magic deck. Trap Brigade. If the deck doesn't play that, then that card is useless. But then if they do main deck it, then this card's also useless. So it's a double-edged sword in that regard, because they might be main decking it for that deck and then flip around and turn and infinitely mash you. The Metaverse, obviously, Mystic Mind. But then the one Metal Flex line, that kind of wrap things up. I mean, you get the extra deck down here, 3 additional God Signs, 3 Last Word from Another Planet. Elder entered into test, 3 of those, invoked. 3 Crystal Warning, Single Dragon, and 3 Ray Rapper Ultimate Factor. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, like, it's not really like combo heavy, so it ain't really nothing to really like explain other than this is just a power card version of the deck, and it's just playing super powerful cards. So it's not, it's basically just like a toxic build, what most people would call it. But I'm like, man, if you look at the meta and people not playing Mystic Mind, if you're not playing that card and you have a way to abuse it, do not like beat yourself up about not playing the card when if the card is not as good as people say it is, then why isn't it get is the people if the card is as good as people say it is, then why isn't it seeing play? So Mystic Mind overall is not actually all that great this format. It's too easy to take this card out, and then on top of that, you can also just play around it and make them destroy it. So it's really not all that, especially if you have an interruption and then they try to like get this, because like they have to actually get their own Mystic Mind off the field if they want to use monsters. If they're using like if they're using a bird deck with this, then it's okay. But then like so how many people want to play burn decks with only spells and trap cards and shit like that? So that's what you got to think about. There's also the Final Destiny deck, but none of those decks have seen any tops. So this card is super strong, but just not as powerful as people are giving it credit for. Because we got crazy cards running around like Droplet and 3 Tactical Talents. And they're all at 3. So, yeah. And Waking the Dragon is also another one that's really strong, but not as strong as people think it is. Because your opponent actually has to hit the card, and then that's why they can summon these. It's like if they try to harpies you. In the meantime, this will get popped off. And then it's like you run a 60 card deck, so even if they know you play it, it ain't no guarantee that it's face down. And they're still going to have to gamble whether it is or whether it ain't. And then if it is, then you get to get one of these crazy monsters out for free. So, yeah, that's about the gist of it. Go ahead and lightning strike that like button. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We're going to go ahead and update this channel. We're going to get it rolling, man. It's just one of the deck profiles I wanted to play. I took a little break, man. But we're gonna come back with some deck profiles. Oh, yeah, man, I got that. I got some stuff in the works, and I already came up with a new idea while making this vid. In the process of making this vid, just so we have more content in the future. So we gonna keep the ball going. So hey.